Hi, it's Rob, Yoga Dad, and as you can see, I'm back indoors today. The weather gods are against me, and even though the last few days we've had a few spots of rain when we've been doing the sessions, today it's just pretty much torrential rain outside. So brought us back indoors with the cuddly toys and the books and that type of thing. We're going to stay predominantly around the floor. It's made me realise as we come back indoors how kind of restricted the space is in the boys' bedroom, so we see how we get on. Might need to move the camera a little bit during the session so that you can continue to see me throughout. But otherwise, hopefully you'll really enjoy it, and let's get going. Right, so we're going to start in a seated position this time, and we're going to have our feet flat down onto the floor, sitting on our bum, so maybe lifting one bum cheek and then the other, feeling that grounding down through the backside, through the soles of the feet, and then we're going to bring our hands, forearms across the shins, and just lower our head down. So as we start today, closing our eyes, and just bringing ourselves into this space, this virtual space that we've got together this morning, on the 18th day of our Summer Stretch Challenge, and just tuning in with how we feel today. As we reach the middle part of the week, maybe our energy levels are starting to wane a little bit. Maybe we're developing some aches or tension in the body. Or maybe already we're just looking forward to the weekend that seems within touching distance already. Well, as we lean forward into this position, just bring some attention to the breath. Each time you breathe in, just feeling that subtle lift, lightness in the body. And each time you breathe out, the body softening, sinking back down towards the floor. And by folding forward into this position, really focus on the length, that space that we're now creating all the way along the back body, from the base of the neck down towards the tailbone, across the shoulders, all the way from the crown of the head, the upper body weight just sinking down. And slowly lifting the head back up. So we'll start just by bringing our hands, palms across the knees. We keep our chin tucked in ever so slightly towards the chest. And we're going to tilt ourselves backwards. So as we tilt ourselves back, we just allow our arms to extend out. Soles of the feet might just lift up a little bit from the floor, don't worry too much about that. And we'll then just gentle pressure through the palms, lift ourselves forward. So bring that upper body back forward again against the thighs, chin up towards the ceiling. Really feel that chest opening up between the upper arms, and then back again. So we'll do that for a few more breaths. And again, just go as far as feels comfortable to you. So bring that subtle kind of flexion and extension to the spine, really starting to feel into that space that we're creating between each vertebrae, but also that engagement for the abdominal muscles, belly button drawing back in towards the spine, and that upper back chest space that we're creating as we invite each breath to fill that space with energy, vitality, that we can then take into the rest of the day. So just bringing ourselves back up into a neutral position again. Now I'm going to turn myself facing forward just to give myself a bit more space. So I'm going to take my hands now around the back. So I'm kind of pointing towards the back corners of the room, keeping the feet out in front of the knees. And we just gently start windscreen wiping the knees from side to side. So just a gentle twist for the body as we flexed and extended the spine. We're now rotating, that lateral movement for the spine, but also good for our abdominals, our internal organs. Now we'll take our knees across towards the left hand side, and we just tilt our right hip over. So just pressing with the back of the hand, our right hip up towards the side of the room. Move myself back in a bit. Now we're going to turn ourselves around towards the side. In fact, I'm just going to turn myself back around towards the side here just to make it easier for you to see what I'm doing. So we've got that right hip up, so up and over towards the left hip. And then we're going to take our hands round behind the back, so towards the short sides of the mat if you're using one. I'm just gently pressing down through the palms. So you take the shoulders pointing towards that short side of the mat, towards the back of the room, hips out towards the side, and maybe even taking the forearms down towards the floor. That feels comfortable to you. But again, just go to a position that works for you, works for your own body type, body shape. And don't put yourself into any kind of uncomfortable position where you're experiencing any sharp pain. Now lifting yourself back round to the front again. Do the same again on the opposite side. So firstly, we'll just windscreen wiper the knees from one side to the other. And then we take our knees across to the opposite side. We then press that hip over, so that top hip just reaching over. We walk the hands round towards the back, and again I'll just move myself back round towards the side so you can see me. Just lifting those hips over. Fingers pointing back towards the short side of the mat on the opposite side, shoulders towards the back of the room as well. Hips out towards the side. And again, pressing down through those palms, lengthening all the way along the side body, across the chest and the shoulders. And just really exploring the benefit of that lateral movement now for the spine. And just inviting through the breath the length that you're creating in the body each time you breathe in, and deepening into the twist each time you breathe out. And again, option just to take the forearms down towards the floor, still keeping those shoulders towards the back of the room, and then slowly lifting yourself back up again. And I'll bring myself back round to the front. Right, so I'm going to take myself now down into an all fours position. Hopefully you can still see me okay. So we'll take our hands to out to shoulder distance apart. So nice firm grip between all four corners of the palms. So that's basically on the base of the index finger, the little finger on either side, and either side of the palms. Knees underneath the hips. We'll inhale, lift our chin up towards the ceiling. Exhaling down, chin to chest, rounding the spine up, tucking the tailbone under. So 4 more breaths. Again, just like we've done in that seated position just a moment ago. And just seeing whether that feels any differently in this position. 2 more. Inhaling, lift and look up, chest forward between the upper arms. Exhaling, rounding the spine, pressing down through the palms to all 4 corners, and then back to a neutral position. Now I'm just going to move myself out a little bit further just to give myself some space. So I'm going to take the left hand, well, actually take the right hand in between the shoulders, so just below the chest. Take the left hand round the back of the head. I'm going to inhale now and lift that top elbow up towards the ceiling. And exhaling, bringing that left elbow across the right elbow crease. Twice more, pressing down nice and firmly through that right palm. And back down. And once more. And then back down again. I do the same on the opposite side. I'm going to turn myself around. So I've got the left palm now between the shoulders, underneath the chest. Right hand behind the head. Inhale and lift up. And back down. Twice more. And each time you might find you can just lift that elbow that little bit higher. Sink that little bit lower. Each time you breathe in and out. And then back to a neutral position again. Now I'm going to take myself now into a kneeling position at the back of the mat. So I'm just going to move the camera just for a moment. Towards the back. It's so much more tricky moving it back indoors. I don't know, I did it for so many weeks on the morning stretch session. Okay, hopefully you can still see my head. Perfect, just about. Just lift it up a little bit further. So we're going to take ourselves back into a kneeling position at the back of the mat. So hands onto the hips. We'll take our right foot forward. So bending that right knee just to a point at which it goes as far as the ankle, no further forward. And just reaching out towards that little toe side with that right knee. We've got the left knee, you might not be able to see it, left knee grounding down, left ball of the foot also grounding down, so pressing down through that left ball of the foot. If that feels uncomfortable at all, to flex the toes and just flatten that foot out, so you've got the top of the foot resting flat down on the floor. So I'm going to keep the toes tucked under. I'm going to take the pelvis just a little bit further away from that front thigh, so as you can see I'm leaning the hips back a bit, sinking back forward, taking the arms out in front, thumbs towards the ceiling, inhale and lift up. Exhaling to sink those hips down. So really feeling that length that we're now creating all the way along the side body, from the tips of the fingers down towards the hips and the mat beneath us. And still pressing down nice and firmly through that front foot, the heel of that front foot, the ball of the foot and the knee on that back leg. And inhaling to lengthen, exhaling down. And now we'll take, let's see, so we'll take our, actually I'm going to just use a block here. I'll use one of the dinosaur puzzle boxes that we've got here alongside me, okay? So again, I'm going to just adjust this back down again just so you can see me. Okay, right, fine, hopefully you can see that. So I'm still staying in that lunge position. So I've got the box here alongside me. Just place my palm onto the box. So nice and firmly through that left hand. So really feel that left hip lifting back up again. So pressing down again through the ball of that left foot. We're going to take the right fingers, the right thumb, and just bring it into the right hip crease, okay? And we're going to rotate around towards the right hand side. So that left shoulder will roll under, right shoulder opening up. And then option here to take that right hand up onto the right shoulder, maybe around the back of the head, all the way up towards the ceiling. We'll just hold that for a few more breaths. And just pressing down through that left palm, lifting that left hip up. Shoulders out towards the side, hips facing forward, and then back down again on that right hand side. We'll just move that box away just for a moment. Framing the fingers around that right foot and just taking the right knee back towards the left. And we take ourselves back into our kneeling position at the back, lifting our hips up off the heels, left foot forward this time. And again, I'll just move that camera just for a moment. So left foot forward this time. Let's see, there we go, perfect. So left foot forward, so I'm crawling, I'm walking that left foot forward to a point at which I feel the stretch along the back of the left leg, that hip flexor, that inner thigh on the right leg, just sinking down, feeling that stretch along the inside of that right thigh, that back leg. Option here now to take the arms forward again, thumbs up towards the ceiling. Inhale and lift up. Reaching those fingers up, sinking the hips down along the inside of that left thigh. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to fold forward. Now I'll take the box again, place it along the right side, so just alongside the left foot, and again I'll just move the camera just so you can see me. Okay, there we go. Okay. Right, there we go. So I'm taking the right palm here, placing that down onto that box. So just underneath the right shoulder, taking the left thumb this time, bringing that to the left hip crease, and just start gently pressing down on the right palm as you roll that left shoulder up, right shoulder under. Option here, lift the left hand up onto the left shoulder, round the back of the head, or maybe even up towards the sky above. And again, just making sure that right palm is nice and firmly down, pressing down through the floor, right hip lifting, shoulders out towards the side, deepening into this twist, and then slowly lowering that left hand back down again. Left knee back to the right, and take that jigsaw puzzle away just for a moment. Bring myself back to a seated position. Let's just adjust that camera once more. What a faff this has been with the camera this morning. Just never used to be like this. Anyway, let's bring ourselves back into a comfortable cross-legged position. Just back towards the centre. Okay, right, there we go, perfect. So palms across the knees, closing the eyes again. And just feeling that grounding down again through the tailbone towards the floor. Crown of the head lifting up towards the ceiling or the sky above if you braved this wet weather this morning. And just slowly regulating the breath again, slow steady rhythm. Nice long and deep inhales and exhales. Drawing any energy in, allowing any worries just to ease away from the body. Nice soft gaze, open the eyes. There we go. Hope you've enjoyed this morning's session. Sorry it was indoors. Hopefully we'll be back outdoors again tomorrow. As I say each day, it's all about raising awareness and donations for the charities we're supporting through this campaign. Look for the pin post at the top of my Yoga Dad Facebook page for all of the fundraising links, or go to my yogadad.co.uk website. And yeah, hopefully see you again soon. Namaste. Have a great day.